Hello everyone and welcome to the Bad Company Nation podcast number 6. And we have a bit of a interesting one here. A lot of things have happened in 48 hours. Not to this exact recording, but from Survivor Series to Raw.
Yeah, I agree with that, Nelson. Survivor Series, very interesting pay-per-view. We have a special guest, Wiegs. He's a longtime WWE fan. Wiegs, tell us, man, what did you think of Survivor Series, bro?
I think it was great. We had some good matches, including Miz and Gunther. What other one? Well, obviously
Tetsu's
the main
Escobar
event.
versus Dragon Lee.
Yeah,
That too. Yeah.
I agree there, man. The Miz and Gunter match, total freaking knockout classic in my opinion. The Lucha Libre match is what I'm going to deem it excellent. Nielsen, let's start off from the beginning. What'd you think of the Women's Survivor Series, man? Of the War Games?
I thought the Women's War Games match was pretty great. Clearly they're building a story with the Damage Control to eventually break up. And Bayley taking the pin here definitely solidifies that sooner or later she's getting kicked out. But alongside that, we've seen some crazy spots with Charlotte Flair doing a moonsault from top of the damn thing.
Dude, absolutely insane. Charlotte never ceases to never fails to amaze you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and
yeah.
her and Becky Lynch's chemistry, like, come on now. Wiegs, what did you think?
Wait, and also Io Sky jumping off top of the organ.
The trash can, yes.
Trash can.
What? Dude, you couldn't write that shit. Wiegs, your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, most of that match I didn't get to see because I kept getting booted.
Yeah, it was being all laggy with Peacock, but no, it was a great back and forth match. I mean, it's very both of these War Game matches aren't something that I would consider greatest of all time match material, but storyline wise and the star power and just the investment, it keeps you hooked.
Do you think they should do War Games every year?
Yeah, but I also think alongside that they should do the 5-on-5 Survivor Series matches again, because I also think that's the identity of Survivor Series too. But I also dig.
Yeah, I feel like that's what makes Survivor Series Raw versus SmackDown. I agree.
But Triple H has reinvented it these last couple of years.
Well, as you said, the name of the podcast when you post this, Triple H is definitely cooking.
Oh yeah.
So the match after the Women's War Games, what was the next match?
Gunther versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship, which, oh man, I know it was only 12 minutes, which it was pretty. Like after the first War Games match, like the next three matches afterwards, like this is the first one up. This was a really good match. I have nothing to complain about. I wish it was longer, and that submission, it hits, but it doesn't like seem deep enough to end the match right there. But you know what? Besides that, this was a great back and forth match. Miz got to really stand up for himself and really stood up to Gunther, and Gunther just dominated like he usually does. I'm really
I agree, and rather Gunther thinks
this has been a long reign. He's even past.
Yeah, no, I know Gunther's been one of the longest reigning, and I will give credit where credit's due. I like Gunther. I enjoy him in the ring for the most part. Whether he thinks what he thinks or has to say what he has to say, in my opinion, whether you like him or don't like him, Miz has been here, gonna be in my opinion, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer one day. Miz belongs in that ring. He's one of the best on the mic. He's one of the best, maybe not one of the best in the ring, but he's, you know what I'm saying? He is that company. You know what I'm saying? The Miz, whether people wanted him to win or not, I wouldn't have really necessarily cared if he had become the champion again. But, you know, I mean, Miz is still able to put out classic matches, in my opinion. Wiegs, your thoughts on that match?
It was great, even though it ended up in that submission. Could have gone longer. Yeah, one hell of a match.
Agreed. Nelson, next.
I wasn't done with this match yet.
Oh, go ahead. My bad, I'm sorry.
One thing I like about Gunther a lot is his ground attack. He doesn't go to the top rope much, and he targeted the Miz's legs a lot in this match, trying to eliminate the figure four leg lock, because he does that now.
Yeah.
And I also do like.
I'm surprised we didn't see the. I'm surprised we didn't see the it or yes kicks, whichever one you got. I'm surprised we didn't see that in this match.
We'll probably see it in the rematch. I do like that the Miz was still being the Miz and trying to cheat his way to win. He's still being the Miz, but we root for the guy. This is going to be much different from his other face runs. So, yeah, no, this is a good match. I just hope this isn't their only match against each other. I would like to see these two have another rematch, and if it's not going to be a rematch, then that's fine. All I know is that whoever Gunther gets defeated by is going to get elevated a lot, and Gunther needs to immediately go to the world title scene. But yeah, that's it for me on that.
I agree. I do like Gunter, how he's a ground and pound type of guy, and Miz can do a lot of different things. So, what was next?
Yeah, Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. And yet again, another really quick match. It was surely under 8 minutes, another abrupt finish. But honestly, this is a really good-ass match. Dragon Lee is going to be a really good star on the main roster, man. Just give it time. He just got here.
I mean, he's got Rey Mysterio's seal of approval. You know what I'm saying? He dubbed him the future of. You know what I'm saying?
But also, he's going to build his own name, his own character. And Santos Escobar, I need to look at all of his NXT stuff in terms of heel, but what I've been told, his heel stuff is top-tier stuff, and the guy is just entertaining. And I think it's going to be him versus Rey at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, I could see them building to that, and I feel like Escobar is going to carve his own path and make his own name, whether he succeeds truly in WWE or not is I think kind of remain to be seen, but I do think he definitely belongs in the picture to an extent.
He does, but I think this match is really good, and it's honestly, it's just, as I said, it's just broke finished. And that's all I really got to say on it. Nothing too memorable.
Yeah, there was a lot of, typical, I think there was a lot of good spots in the match. Wiegs, what did you think?
I mean, I really didn't care for this match, even though it was probably one of the best. Yeah, just not really interested in this one.
Well, I mean, fair. Okay, Nielsen, next on the card?
Next, we had a women's championship match with Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark, Zoe Stark. And yeah, this was definitely the worst match on the card. And that's not saying that's not a bad thing. It's all right. Like
I'm on the opposite end of that, but continue.
Rhea, firstly, kicks ass. She is awesome on that microphone. She is awesome in that ring. She is clearly leagues ahead of Zoe Stark, and that is nothing against Zoe Stark. She's just getting built to her position, but damn, man. Rhea needs some real competition, man. She is on a different level amongst at all. Like, there's a reason why she opened up with Randy Orton this past Monday. Triple H is very highly on her, as he should. She's really talented. But this match-wise, it was alright. There's nothing much really to take out of it. Kind of just a slow-down match going into War Games.
For me, personally, I actually thought the match was really good. I probably would have done more spots, and I think you had a typical finish in Rhea Ripley style. I thoroughly enjoyed the match because you had Starks sit there and give it her all, in my opinion. And in my opinion, it looked to me like she took Rhea Ripley to the freaking limit. And I think there's a healthy respect between the two. I personally thought the match was just a damn good match in general. Probably could have been better, I'll give you that. Do I think Starks deserves the title right now? Absolutely not. I would have liked to have seen more, though, in a way. I would have.
Honestly, you could say that for the last, like, the three matches between the War Game matches. They could have been longer. They could have been, more. But, like, honestly, they're fine. Like, they all did what they needed to do to fit with this card. And
yeah.
But yeah.
True,
please.
true. But Wiegs, your thoughts?
Good match. But I agree with you, Chris, on that, most of it. Yeah, Joey Starks is gonna be a good one in her career, I believe.
Yeah, I do. I think she's proven that she belongs, but I don't think she's championship material yet.
Yeah, I am saying the same thing. She's just getting started in this push, but hey, it's a good start.
Well, speaking on that, let me ask both of you, and I do want a legitimate answer from both of you before we move on to the next match real quick. Who could possibly dethrone Rhea Ripley? I mean, I don't see Natalya. I mean, Natalya's been around forever. She's done one match here recently, but it's what?
Jade.
I could see that. Weeks, do you have an answer? Who could dethrone Rhea Ripley?
Because she just signed with the WWE, and she's a pretty big prospect. But I don't know if they're going to build her to that point, or if she could be the one to do it.
This is true. I don't really want to see another Charlotte Flair run. Let's just be real here.
Nobody does.
Wiegs, who do you think could dethrone Rhea Ripley?
I mean, it could be Jade. We'll see. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure.
I'll go with that.
Could be Jay, could be Becky again.
Yeah, but I mean, you put Becky, who all can really hang with her besides the one that's already been doing it? You know what I'm saying? You've got freaking, you've got Charlotte. You've got, I mean, can you even throw Shotzi's name in there for, at all? You think any of the new ones? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. We'll see what happens. I feel like if anybody, it's probably going to be Jade.
Yeah, I do agree with that. All right, so what was next on the card?
Next was the main event, and let me tell you, having watched this pay-per-view live, this was intense. Not knowing what was going to happen. Like, Randy Orton has not appeared at all that night. We're all skeptical of Punk's coming back. Randy, we know, is going to come back, but also we're kind of skeptical he's even coming back tonight. That building. I'm glad they didn't have Randy Orton come out and stay in a cage for like 30 minutes. That would have been stupid as fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank God they decided that he needed to come out right at the last second. You don't put Randy Orton in a cage for like 20 minutes. No, you have him come out there red hot and fired, ready to go.
I mean, unless it's Hell in a Cell or cage match, like, still cage match.
Where he is locked. He is staying in there.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's I totally agree with Nielsen on this. It's like,
don't you love how he closed the cage door too? He closed it like the fucking Undertaker. He's like, you're stuck in War Games with me now, bitches.
Yeah, no, that's what, dude. They had him come out there, and I'm just gonna say it. To me, the men's War Game was match of the night. Obviously,
I agree with that.
Dude, you had Randy come out there looking like he's in the best shape of his life, and just looks like he had not missed a beat. The RKO from the top of the cell where they sacrificed JD Mendoza, like, holy shit.
One of the best.
Dude, just the look on everybody's face, whether it was scripted or not, just that match was brilliant. You had it, and I loved how they went back and forth. They went back and forth. Judgment Day's on top. Then everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was not going to necessarily be a clear winner at any given time. You know what I'm saying? You had Judgment Day on top there towards the end. And
the cash-in. I loved that.
yeah, the failed cash-in was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Can I just talk about the final 15 minutes of Survivor Series 2023 is going to go down as a iconic in history for WWE. I mean, let's start off.
Let's get Wiegs' opinion real quick before you close off. Wiegs, your thoughts on that match, man. Give us everything.
I mean, I had some special moments myself. I mean, the first time Orton did the DDT for
and then everyone else joined him.
And then when they all did the DDT.
Yes, absolutely.
Moments there in that match.
The stare down on Jey Uso.
Yeah.
The stare down.
Randy,
you know what I'm saying? Like he like Uso would look terrified. You know, it's like so. Yeah. Anyway, I guess Nelson continue if Wiegs is done. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
No. I mean, giving Cody Rhodes the pin was special to him also.
I agree.
Yes.
His father's
match.
Yeah. You couldn't have done no better.
No.
And him, it was interesting. He pinned Damian Priest too. It's like the humble pinnings to the Mighty Big One. Also, can I mention Damian Priest's Money in the Bank run has been really great so far. I'm so glad that Money in the Bank is finally starting to get its name back.
Yeah, I agree.
Who's he gonna cash in on? Or
it's gonna be Seth. He ain't cashed in on Roman.
Oh, he's wanting to dethrone Seth. That much is obvious. You know what I'm saying? That much is obvious. I'm just curious on when they're actually going to let him do it and everything. Like
because we've predicted the last few pay-per-views that I even thought he would cash in here, but he didn't. Which
Yeah.
I actually dig that. It's actually making us guess. It's actually making the Money to Make important, and there's reasons why he can't cash in. Every single time there's a night, everything he always gets stopped. It's not like with Vince McMahon where they just have the briefcase and they just lose with it, and then he just
I agree. I will say this: the Money in the Bank thing has never really been the same ever since it's lost its lore of hey, if you have this, you will win because of that John Cena thing or whatever it was.
I think John Cena losing wasn't the problem. I think the problem was everyone else after Cena failing, like Damian Sandow, Braun Strowman, Corbin. Like, it kind of ruined the prestige and also Austin Theory.
I'm gonna say it, even though this is halfway off topic. I'm not a Theory fan. I'm about as much of a Theory fan as I am a Grayson Waller fan. Both of them can fucking suck it.
Well, let's not go into Theory talk right now. Let that last 15 minutes of Survivor Series.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue that. I'm sorry. Continue. Yes, talk about the last little bit of Survivor Series.
So let's kick it off. Firstly, kick it off with Dominic Mysterio finally entering the match, and everybody hates Dominic. You know they do. We love to hate that guy. He is just one of the baddest guys to hate right now. So take advantage of that, right, while you can, before Randy Orton comes out. And then have him do his things and have him pull off his shenanigans, piss the people off, really build that Randy Orton. Hell, even some people were probably thinking that the person coming out was going to be Punk if Randy wasn't going to come out, because Randy Orton's back issues.
Yeah, agreed.
And most of us didn't think they would have them both return the same night. So then when the timer finally came down and then Damian, power bombs, Zeth through the table, I think the first scenario came up, which is that that if Randy didn't come out, he would cash in, which that's when Rhea came out, and then Randy came out and he got that fucking legend pop. And he's gonna keep
absolutely. Dude, the roof blew off the place.
And then when he came out, Damian was trying to hide his smile, dude. Also, can I mention that R-Truth also came back earlier in this night?
I wanted to mention that. Can we, dude, Triple H, for fuck's sakes, man. R-Truth is a walking gold mine. You know that if he's ever on camera, he's going to be crazy. He's gonna act stupid, and he's doing it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's his character now. I love him to death. He puts the E in entertainment. He truly does.
And he did it. He was great on Monday Night Raw too. But yeah, Randy came in, shut the door, saying that you're here with me, and that's what he had everyone else doing the DDTs and the Jay and Randy stuff. And then that's where they hit the climax, Ultimate RKO, and boom, match was done.
Yeah.
And then
Cody getting the pin. You couldn't have wrote it no better.
And I'm gonna be honest
you
with you,
could not have wrote it no better.
Randy Orton, man, he is definitely someone from my childhood, and I've always loved the guy ever since I really.
Yeah, you and I both grew up watching him. You know what I'm saying? I know Wiegs did too, because we're all within the same age group here. So.
But it took until a few years, at least 2 or 3 years ago, heck, probably even now, for Randy Orton to fully get that 100% Legends respect.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad he's getting that love now. But yeah, after the match ended, oh no, sorry. I don't know if anybody else felt this, but when I seen Randy Orton got out to the ring and actually was on his entrance, I felt a little teary-eyed knowing that he nearly lost this because of the back injury.
Yeah, no, I just about had a tear in my eye. I really did, because I was like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, and Wiegs, I want your input on this here in a second. When Randy Orton came out, I felt like I was watching early 2000s wrestling again.
It felt like WWE.
It was such a nostalgia,
And it was just the first one hitting, man.
Dude, honestly, Wiegs, did you feel it? Did you think that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I started watching when I was 12 or 13.
Yeah. I was 8 years old when I started, man.
I've been involved with this since probably I was 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Randy Orton is our childhood, and that pop, and to see him just go in there and do what he does best. I'm eager to see where he's gonna go now that RK Bro's not a thing, but that was him coming back was spectacular.
Dude, the emotions were so high because the timer was going down. You had the Punk thoughts in the mind. Randy, it's just so many things are going on, and Randy coming out, it's oh my gosh, nice. And I was happy it was just going to be Randy. The match ended, and it seemed but to me, it felt like it was intentionally, not dragging, but it's we're kind of stalling here a bit. Just a little bit. And then Triple H put up the watermark, something he has done countless times. Remember, he did it, well, not countless, but at least done it a few times. Remember NXT Orlando, the DIY breakup? Yeah.
Wow.
And, well, he did it again. Because as soon as that watermark, that trademark thing went up, I was like, okay. I think all of us were like, okay. And then the static hit, and my
jaw was on the floor.
It was like a different world. Honestly, that whole night was a whole different world. The men's War Game match, everything about that. That's what makes the pay-per-view iconic.
Yeah. Wiegs, how did you feel when you finally saw Punk walk out, man? That music hit.
The static. Just the static alone. That made that recognizable.
Chris, I kept telling you he was going to come back, and you said...
I agree. Over the years, and Nielsen too, I think a little bit, up until Nielsen finally gave up, for the past several years, it was Punk's going to come back, and I'm like, no, he's not. He's not going to make a deal. And then here recently, Wiegs was like, hey, there's rumors, and I'm like,
rumors.
Honestly,
yeah,
you could be surprised.
I was to the point where that unless WWE themselves came out and said something, I was never going to believe it. And so, like I said, when it happened, I was like, okay, reality has set in. This man is back.
I know, it's crazy. Look at it.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, though, on the Punk topic, though. The ending there. Punk standing there, Seth Rollins was livid.
Yes, he was.
He has made his point after the fact, after the pay-per-view. He hates that Punk is back. Somebody who has trash-talked this company and has gone through what he's gone through with other companies is now back in WWE. Seth Rollins hates it. Whether it's for TV or not, I'm not entirely sure. But I like, I mean,
come on.
I mean, but you got to think though. Look at how Seth Rollins has scratched and clawed his way to the top just for Punk to come back.
Well, yeah,
and people still love him.
Yeah. Oh, dude, in the story sense, yes, all the way. I get why Seth Rollins is pissed off. This is going to be a great story for the Royal Rumble, and I'm glad that CM Punk's possible first match back is going to be on the same day he left 10 years ago. If not, it's going to be prior to that. The Seth Rollins stuff is a work, and Drew McIntyre walking out. Drew McIntyre has no hard feelings against Punk. They already patched things up after that. Drew is just pissed off about being told before the match that he's coming back. But everything's good on that end.
I think Punk coming back kind of overshadowed the World Games victory, and Seth was like, "Really? You're just going to upstage us like that?"
No, he didn't. He didn't. It's a work. It's a work, trust me.
Fair.
That's why I said Triple H is cooking. Triple H is already cooking. Punk just came back and they're already doing a work.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. You're confident that none of the titles should have changed hands? The titles should have stayed where they were, right?
What titles? Like, no titles got defended on this pay-per-view.
Or didn't Rhea's?
I mean, honestly, I never would have changed Gunther or Rhea's title reigns. They're both long title reigns that don't really need to be ended right now.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
So the final rating of this pay-per-view.
I give it personally. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10.
I feel this is gonna be a memorable pay-per-view, and as this current time, I'll go 8.5 possibly for now.
A little bit higher than me. Unusual.
Gotta have to figure out my whole rating system with wrestling after this.
Yeah, fair. Wiegs, your thoughts? Give it a rating, sir.
Alright, I'll give it an 8.
I think we can all agree on that. I think it's fair. Like I said, the matches could have been longer. There could have been some changes. But all in all, damn good pay-per-view. Absolutely damn good pay-per-view.
Definitely.
Alright,
Raw.
Yeah, let's jump into that hornet's nest. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Nielsen?
It opens up with Randy Orton and Rhea Ripley exchanging some words. Now,
Daddy's home.
Love that line, dude. I was dying of laughter for that.
I was dead.
I love that they're building towards the RKO.
I thought he was gonna RKO her. I really did. I'm not gonna lie.
They're making us wait.
I was waiting for it. I'm sorry. I gotta keep my composure here.
No, but it was great. They're making us build to it, and I love that his first match back is going to be against Dom. Let's also mention that Dom was the first guy to take the RKO, which is really important.
Do you think that whenever Randy has matches, do you think Judgment Day is going to get involved?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Most likely Judgment Day and Randy Orton are going to have some issues for a bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, you got that, but you know what he said. He said he's wanting to take on the Bloodline. Rather, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you think they're going to go about doing that?
Well, Randy Orton, apparently Randy Orton and CM Punk don't need to be, they're free agents, basically. They can go wherever the hell they want. They can go to NXT, Raw, SmackDown. They don't need to sign anywhere. So basically, Randy Orton can go to the Bloodline whenever he pleases to, really. So if he really wanted to this Friday, which he is promoted to go to SmackDown, yeah, he can mess with the Bloodline to start up Randy Orton versus Roman. Do you realize the Royal Rumble might have Zeth and Punk? Well, that's already confirmed for a Rumble. And Randy versus Roman.
That's going to make for a hell of a Rumble, indeed.
Randy Roman, like, and Punk and Seth. Like, what the fuck, bro? Take me back to 2013.
Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. I mean, yeah. Back when the Shield had already been solo and they went at it. They're, flashback. Their triple threat. Holy shit.
Yeah, background. That one.
Wiegs, your thoughts on Randy and Rhea.
Yeah, good, good segment there. I mean,
Yeah.
and, yeah.
Listen, what happened? Continue.
Yes, let me just. Alright, and also the first hour Raw was commercial free. So after that opening segment, we got into the tag team turmoil, which kicked off with DIY and Alpha Academy, which then led into DIY versus Indusure. I botched that tag team name, but that's Jinder Mahal's tag team. Then it was the Creed brothers eliminating DIY, New Day, and then Imperium.
Where the hell did they come from? Who the hell are they?
They come from NXT.
Am I just out of the loop that much? Who the hell are the Creed brothers?
You are. I thought I was out of loop with fucking Austin. Never mind, you more out of loop. They're from the NXT.
I don't watch NXT or nothing. Like, are they like a tag team from NXT?
Yeah, dude, and they're like pretty much a more athletic version of American Alpha.
Yeah.
There's one way to describe
it. Yeah, for sure.
I enjoyed this segment. I enjoyed the entire tournament, the Gauntlet tournament. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Like, bro, they beat an old NXT tag team that was pretty strong. Then they beat the fucking New Day, and then they beat a fucking Imperium, which is not saying much, but considering that they're, a pretty good tag team, it's saying a lot for the Creed brothers, considering the experience levels on the roster. So,
yeah, agreed.
I would like to see these guys win the tag titles if it happens. We'll see what happens. Because that leads us into a conversation that could be had. I don't know when the segment happened. I want to see the order of it. Which was Damian Priest feeling guilty about being the leader and losing on War Games, but everyone telling him that it's alright. Is it really alright?
I don't know, man. I feel as though Judgment Day in some ways are mirroring Bloodline. There are cracks. There are cracks in the armor.
Oh yeah, there is.
You know what I'm saying? You've got J.D. McDonough in there, who is the weak link, in my opinion. You've got,
agreed.
You know what I'm saying? You've got Rhea, who wants to be the top. Damian, who
has to feel
Mr.
like
Money
to be the leader. Let's remember that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long this is gonna go, or how much more can they do? How much higher can they climb that mountain? I don't know. And no disrespect, like, I love Damian in the ring. He is God-given talent in the ring. But I just don't see how much further the Judgment Day is really going to go.
See what happens. He's Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
we know that's the thing that breaks up the group, whenever Damian cashes that in.
Yeah, I do. I feel as though as soon as he cashes that in, Dom's going to be hungry for it. Somebody's going to be, it's just going to cause a lot more drama.
Not Dom. Finn's going to be hungry for that.
Oh, absolutely. Finn's going to want that title back more than anything.
Here's the thing. If there's any cracks in the Judgment Day, it's coming from Finn himself. Though he's trying to keep everything repaired, deep down, I know, he is jealous of the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he knows that's his, not Damien's. But he's going to hide it. Kind of like what Triple H did with Evolution. So when the day comes, he'll strike. But yet again, he helped him at Survivor Series. It's like one of those things you maybe looking too much into. I mean, it's Triple H is different with his stuff, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But the
Wiegs, your thoughts on the tag team turmoil?
Oh
It
yeah.
was good. It was real good.
Who did you really like in that?
I mean, the Creed Brothers, DIY, yeah, those two.
How I want to ask both of you real quick before we move on because we I know we're approaching the 40-minute mark on this,
Yeah.
but because but I need to know, considering their past, how far do you think DIY can actually go?
They kind of gotta rebuild themselves, cause both of them kind of been away for a little bit. But now that Triple H has them on the main roster, which thankfully we don't have to worry about Vince doing anything like back then.
Yeah.
I think just give it time, because I think Triple H has to shake this tag team up division just a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta, it's like I said, and I think somebody had mentioned women tag team possible stuff going on, but I mean, you gotta think these are two guys who are brothers, they know each other, they tore each other limb from limb,
He's
you know.
a great tag team in terms of men. Like, he supports tag team wrestling. I can assure that Triple H is hearing us, and sooner or later, tag team division's gonna be cooking, as we say.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was that even mentioned something about a women's tag team division. I mean, there's only so much going on there.
There's already a women's tag team division, though.
Do what?
There's already is a women's tag team titles. Like,
I know, but I mean, they don't seem to get televised that much, do they?
No, they were on this last Raw. Anyways, let's get to the Raw. Like,
yeah. Anyway, continue. Go ahead.
We had like just little notable things. R-Truth had a funny segment with Jelly Roll. Whoever Jelly Roll is, I know he's a singer.
He's a country rap artist,
Yeah.
which a lot of them hate that term, but he's a musician. Yeah, I love his music. The segment with Randy and Jelly ringside, of course.
It was funny, and then R-Truth being on the couch and then telling all the Judgment Day he's willing to join the team. And then he asked them if they've seen Randy. That was a pretty cool return, right? R-Truth, man.
Dude, you can't write. I swear to you, I'm positive they've given R-Truth credit for him. You can't write this shit, man.
He's and also, Damien tried to buy a laugh.
So damn funny.
And he did. Damien slipped on screen. It was funny.
Oh,
that was,
God.
Like, the best parts of Raw in terms of humor.
Jesus Christ, man. R-Truth, like I said, Ian Entertainment. What's next on that?
Then we have Ivar versus Bronson Reed in a really awesome big meaty man match. That was a wild match and brawl. So Ivar's on a solo run. He's a pretty good singles wrestler. Dude's athletic as hell. Hell, Bronson Reed can move pretty well too. Looks like Triple H.
Dude, that's the thing. Some of them big men should not be able to move like they do.
And Triple H is fucking taking advantage of it, and I love it.
Wiegs, your thoughts?
It was good. Match.
Who do you like more, Reed or Ivar?
I mean,
Not really sure.
not sure yet.
I get you. All right. So what was Nelson? What else did you want to cover before we wrap up towards the end of Raw?
Raw. I'm kind of going through Raw. That's what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but anyway, continue.
Yeah, so next after that was Cody Rhodes declaring himself for the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble. Doesn't mean he's going to win it, but... And during that, sets up his next feud with Shinsuke Nakamura, spraying red mist in his face, being possibly the one calling out Cody Rhodes. If not, they teased Okada by bringing up the word chaos, I think, because they were involved with New Japan, some kind of staple or something like that.
Wiegs mentioned something to me about that earlier today, or the other day.
Let's see.
So
then there was Nia Jax versus Zoe Stark. That, yeah.
I'm just. Can we just, in my opinion, I'm sorry, Jax is such a fucking jobber.
Dude, I don't know why Triple H re-signed her. Like,
She had too many problems injuring talent. She's I just don't like her. Yeah, she has ability, but I do not like her. I swear to you, she's just a fucking spot filler or job or whatever you want to call it. I don't care for her. I really don't.
I don't either. No, but I don't either.
You know, I mean, it's Wiegs. Your thoughts on her, if you have any at all.
Nope.
Fair. Thank you. That says it all. That says it all. Literally.
No.
She's just no. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. She's becoming as useless as Ryback eating chips.
Oh yeah, and he's declared retirement if CM Punk came back at Survivor Series. He's got to.
I know. Oh no. On social media, he's talking about now that Vince is gone, he's finally gonna freaking finish up his lawsuit and want to come back to WWE. Good luck with that, pal. Good freaking luck with that.
Dude, he ain't getting re-signed. No way.
So he was like, "Oh my God, great! Vince is gone. I'm gonna come back to WWE. My pop's gonna be twice as loud." Shut up and eat your damn chips.
I mean, he could try to come back. I understand the WWE he left from was Vince McMahon's WWE, and I understand why a lot of people are pissed off with that and they want to come back and deal with the Triple H WWE. That's fine enough. Don't be saying you're gonna have a bigger pop than fucking Punk, because you're not.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Like, he was over.
It's not gonna happen.
Back then, right? But like, that's because they didn't capitalize on it, and that's when he fizzled
The
down.
fact that he didn't go to another company too, the fact that Ryback's not wrestling in another company,
That says a lot about him.
yeah, it does.
So yes,
So
Chelsea Green, and then the next match towards the whatever. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Italia Tegan Nox women's tag team title match. Nothing really special, just just a good old tag team match.
do you think that was it Piper? I guess is the right one. Dewdrop, whatever, has come into her own.
Well, her name's Piper again, because Triple H is not a fucking idiot. And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you see her having a bright future?
Yeah. No, honestly, every single person that's on this roster, they have bright futures. And if things don't work out, things don't work out. There's no longer Vince McMahon here, man. It's just Triple H. There's gonna be no sabotaging, none of that BS. They're in safe hands,
Which,
so.
like I said, I will forever love Vince McMahon for everything he did, but his creative was just fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can censor me, you can cancel me, I don't care. Vince, I love you, I do, but Jesus Christ, dude, your ideas and what you did with the talent, you damn near ruined your own baby. You ruined your own project, man.
He did. But let's end it off with three.
It was his father's, really. Not
It
his.
was. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. Vince's ideas were just ridiculous, man. Real quick before you end it, Nelson, Wiegs told me there's rumors of Sasha Banks coming back.
Oh yeah. Those rumors were around. Yeah, it might happen. I can see it happening.
So, what did you want to end on? A rating on Raw, or just how did you want to end this?
Finishing Raw.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna finish it in a trio. All right.
Okay.
Seth came out, called CM Punk hypocrite, and then came out Drew, and then Drew and him had a conversation. It seemed like Drew was turning face, and turns out Drew is very pissed off with Jay, and even the mentions of Jay Uso in World Title match next week on Raw really does not make the man happy. And he headbutted the title by accident, causing himself to get a little bit of a bloody bluesy. Kind of sucks. Then we had Dominic Mysterio versus Randy. That was fun. That was great. Nice, pretty perfect RKO. And CM Punk came out, got cut short first time, but it was a great promo. What did everyone else think about the promo?
Yeah. Where do you see Drew going with this? Do you still, I mean, does he need to keep trying to pursue the title? I mean...
Yeah.
I just, it seems like he's fighting a losing battle here. So.
Yeah, well, his losing battle's Jey Uso.
This is true. I thought Raw overall was actually really good. especially the ending. You know, I
First
mean,
proper Raw I've watched in 3 years. Heck, even longer than
yeah,
that.
about the same for me. First time I've watched Raw in like a year.
And I'm watching SmackDown this Friday too. Honestly, I'm gonna keep
You know,
with
like
all
I
the
said,
wrestling companies.
Randy with Dom has not missed a beat. Randy could just you could put a broomstick in the ring and Randy will have a 5-star match.
I love that we're at this point where that could be said about Randy Orton.
Yeah, well, I mean, like everybody
you don't realize how many years
everybody keeps quoting JBL. You know, you take a superstar and build it from the ground up. You got Randy Orton.
But yeah,
You know?
to end off the podcast, CM Punk's promo. People are complaining
Right.
that the promo, like, you know, people are just complaining about the promo, and I think the promo did a perfect job of setting up Punk being gone for the last nearly 10 years, saying that he's heard us, he's heard the voices the voiceless have found their voice, he's proud of us, he's happy, gives us an update on AJ Lee, that was nice. He sets up his stuff with
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, then he sets up his usual CM Punk thing about how he set the bar so high that no one else can match that, which ain't wrong. Like, honestly, he was supposed to have more time, but he kind of got cut a little bit short because, you know, Randy and Dom went a little bit longer than it needed to, or a little bit more longer than it should have. You know what I mean? Not longer than it needed to. That sounds like I didn't like it. I mean, like, it went longer than it probably was planned to, but still, with the amount of time Punk had, the dude can just spit out an awesome-ass promo. And then he ends it off by saying that he's not there to make friends, he's there to make money, which, that's obviously just classic CM Punk. And that was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we're going to see a way different CM Punk than we did prior to him leaving 10 years ago.
But everything prior, and I'll let you guys share your thoughts as well. But just want to share my thoughts, Punk. You know, everything said prior, I think, was authentic and real out of Punk. I mean, like, because when he left the WWE, he was leaving a Vince McMahon type WWE, and you realize, like, that's the last impression he had of this company. So, when he came back Saturday going into Monday, you know, he's kind of getting that feeling again, that feeling, that place that made him who he is. And I can understand why it takes some time, and he's starting to feel like himself. It's starting to feel proper, and I feel happy for him, because it kind of reminds you of just Bray Wyatt when, you know, Vince screwed him over and all that. So Punk is more vocal. Much more vocal.
Oh, there's talk of putting Bray Wyatt as the first inductee of the Hall of Fame, by the way.
He should be. He should.
Absolutely. I agree. Wiegs, could you agree?
Yeah.
What did you think of CM Punk's promo?
I enjoyed the promo. I did. And I personally believe that in some ways, I think Punk, I'm not necessarily going to go with the whole chip on shoulder, but I think he does have a little bit to prove here, considering he's been gone for a while. You know, this ain't the same type of talent as the other companies. You know, he had a lot of drama with the other companies. I want to see who he can hang with, how long he can go in a match, what he can do. I don't not necessarily have to prove himself, but in a way prove himself. You know what I'm saying? Where are they going to put him? What are they going to do with him? And everything. You know? So, I think it's going to be, you know, he was right on the money. You know what I'm saying? Things were different. He's willing to work with Triple H. He wants what he wants, and I think we're just gonna have to roll with it and see where he goes. I thought the promo was spot on.
I agree.
You know, but I will say this though, like I said though, that bar comment, that bar, in my opinion, is Seth Rollins. The bar is Roman Reigns. I don't see that bar as CM Punk. I see CM Punk trying to reach that bar and say, hey, you remember my freaking title run. I'm still the guy. I can still do this. That's the CM Punk I want to see. I want to see him go in that ring and give us 5-star matches and say, hey, I still belong.
Hey, Seth Rollins is going to be the one that unleashes that out of Punk. Just give it time.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
He just came back. We can't let CM Punk go wild yet. Triple H is building on it, and that's what I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Wiegs, your thoughts on the promo and Punk and Raw in general?
To end off the
Yeah,
podcast.
Well,
yeah, the promo he gave was short but sweet, you know, in the end.
agreed.
Yeah, I'm happy that he's back, and we'll see where he goes from here.
Yeah.
And CM Punk
Yeah,
said that
there's a lot of unanswered questions on what all is going to be happening soon.
CM Punk also said he's coming back, clean slate. He's looking to move past all the AEW stuff and have a new fresh start for WWE, which is the best mindset anybody should have moving on from different companies from drama. So this should
Yeah,
be a
I agree.
great
I mean,
run.
WWE is where he belongs, 100%. So,
This-
guys, thank you for bearing with us. This podcast went a little bit longer, but I think we covered a lot of great points. I'm eager to see what happens come the next couple pay-per-views, the next couple of Raws and SmackDowns. I'm very eager for this Friday.
Same.
As always, thank you guys for tuning in. This is the first podcast we've done in a dinosaur's age. Love it. Let us know in the comments. I want people that watch this. Let us know in the comments your thoughts, please, on everything. I'm Cowboy signing out. Nelson, over to you.
Nelson is signing out. Thank you, Weeks, for joining along.
Wiegs, God bless.
Yep. Thank you guys.